Okay, I give deep thanks. I'm Steve, and I give deep thanks for my wife, who is to blame for the majority of the quality of my life. It's because of her. So I just said I'm gonna do, I think I'll do my third video of the day. And she said, fine, go for it. I'm taking up the living room and the kitchen, main thoroughfare of the house. But it's just she and I and the cats right now. Okay, so we're going to do a tarot reading. But first, we're going to set up the healing field. So if you would just state these words out loud, and this is the third, well, my fourth, but the third video of different healing fields. So I connect to my deep self. I connect to my higher self. I connect to my highest self. You don't have to do this with your arms, but it just feels really good for me to do this. Actually, move my arms. I ground myself to the healing center of the earth. I open myself to the healing power of the One. I let go of anything not useful to me now. And if you choose to work with seventh dimensional beings, the Hathors, you want some help from them to make these changes, then say, I choose to work with the Hathors. You don't have to say seventh dimensional Hathors, they'll know who you're talking about. Okay. I hear a cat scratching on something. She's wanting to be fed, but I want to make the video. So, I ask the higher self to surround us in a field of protection while we do this work. And I ask the higher self to take us through the portal of time to the event that would be of the highest good to release and integrate at this time. And I invite all souls to return to the event to release and integrate the energy of the event for themselves. And these may be souls that weren't even affected by this, weren't even at this event, but were affected by this event. And this may be souls who just want to help clear all the events so that the world clears up faster. So there can just be millions of souls back at these events. And I ask that they all be placed in a field of protection while they do their work. And upon arrival at the event, I ask the higher self to assist us to quit scratching on the furniture. I threw my glass case. It wouldn't have hurt her if it even had hit her, but I just wanted her to quit scratching on the furniture. Look at anger management. So, upon arrival at the event, I ask the higher self to assist us to release and integrate all energies of the event gently and easily, fully and completely, on all levels and through all space and time. Okay, so on a soul level, we're back at the event. On a physical, mental, emotional level, we may be right here in our physical body doing a tarot card reading. So the card reading for the day, I asked for the Arlen's group. So the group of beings that are assisting Arlen to assist me, to assist you, I asked the group. Instead of just Arlen, I wanted the group's consciousness on what we were working with. So what we have been working with is the Six of Cups, which the word on the card is pleasure. So emotional pleasure, because cups are emotion. So the six is about harmony, nurturing, community, caretaking, movement, and pride. It's related to the water sign. It's related to emotions, connections, love, intimacy, community, intuition. I love that word, community, intuition. And it's associated with the heart. So we've been really working with the heart, and that's really true for me. The key words are nostalgia, optimism, happy memories, inner child work, hope and joy, celebration and comparison. So, after a period of grief and recovery, we find ourselves remembering joys past and dreaming of a more hopeful future. Our community has rallied around us, and our sense of hope expands, helping us to deepen existing connections and discover new ones. Nostalgia mingles with wonder as we reflect on how far we have come. This beauty and pleasure, this deep sense of comfort in all that we have, is the magic and safety of the Six of Cups. So a good thing to remember is all that we have, and so much of it gets freed up when we release the sadness and grief of loss of the past. So when we release that energy of that loss, I mean, it was interesting because last night my cat, later on in the afternoon, close to evening, I'd say between 5 and 6 maybe, the cat went outside for a bit, and then normally she's ready to come in because it's colder outside. She didn't come back, and she didn't come back, and she didn't come back, and neither my wife or I felt like we could go to sleep. And then we went outside, and there was this cat that's shown up once or twice who looks just like our cat, except that I think it's a male, and it has a lot more white. Our cat has a little bit of white. This has a lot more white, but otherwise the same color, very similar looking. And so that cat was up in the tree, and we could hear this cat crying, meow, 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 meow. And so we checked it out, and finally found the cat up in the street, up in this big pine tree, way up. I mean, the branches started 30 to 40 feet up. It was up there, kind of the length, probably 35, because kind of the length of my ladder. And it wasn't my cat, though. It was like an invading horde cat, which had invaded the territory of my cat, and I have a feeling that that cat didn't know my cat was out there. And so when it came wandering into our yard, and we have no cats in the neighborhood, our cat is the cat of the neighborhood. There's coyotes, there's eagles, there's owls, there's cat danger objects, but it's been rare. We did have a cat a year ago or so, or maybe last summer, that showed up, that we were able to capture and get to the rescue, and it's been adopted, and it's a very happy end story. But this new cat, we don't know about who owns this cat. So, but speaking of the release and integrate of emotions, grief of the past, all of this, and my cat finally came in at 1:30 in the morning after the other cat got out of the tree that it climbed up in. I put a ladder up there for it so it could actually possibly walk down the ladder. It was angled enough that it could possibly walk down the ladder and get out of the tree, which I think it did, maybe about 1 in the morning. And after that, our cat came to the door and came in. But I had a loss of a cat that I was very close with at about the age of 7 that ended up getting rabies and is in Southern California. My dad told me that the cat was sick, had rabies. I couldn't go in and be with the cat, and he had locked the door to the basement where the cat was, to keep me from getting scratched by the cat and getting rabies. But this was like, this was my bestest friend. And the cat, when I took naps with this cat. The cat followed me everywhere I went. And the cat, I think I literally sat by that basement door on the floor in front of the door, went down to the basement from the kitchen. I sat there, I'm going to say, for 4 to 5 hours, if not a little longer, where I could hear the cat, and I just held space for the cat until it died of rabies. And then after it had passed, my dad told me I needed, it was gone, so I needed to just go away and let him deal with it, and he was going to bury it. And so he did take it out and dig a hole and bury it in the yard. I don't think he allowed me to participate in that, but he did that, which was very kind of him to bury my cat. And now that I think about it. But anyway, my cat not coming home last night was really brought up a lot of my stuff, and I ended up needing to work with it. So when we release that grief, it can bring back the memories that were lost with the storage of the grief. So the memories of how close that cat and I were. So I have this cat now that I'm that close to that just follows me around. I follow her around. We're just in contact much of the day, and just our hearts are warmed by each other. Typically sleeps between my wife and I at night, and we have 3 cats, but only one sleeps between us. And it's over on her side, it's over on my side, it's just back and forth between us. Lovely cat. And when it didn't come home, it just triggered all these feelings, and then a little bit of panic on the fact, is it in an eagle's nest? Did the owls get it? Did it get caught by the coyotes? All those kind of fears, and we magnify them. And then when the cat comes home, we're like upset because of getting triggered by our thoughts, and we blame them on the cats. And the cat's like, what? I was just having a good time. I was keeping a cat up in a tree, which is what it was doing. Okay, so that's the 6 of Cups related to the emotions. And then we're going to look at the card we got about present time, which is the 6 of Swords. That's a hard word for me to say, swords. I don't know if you should say it swords or just leave the W out and just swords. I don't know. And I have a lisp that's even worse with the missing tooth. Okay, so the 6 of Swords looks like that. And the word is science, science of the mind. And you can see that Celtic cross in the middle with the swords penetrating that Celtic cross. And the 6 of Swords, 6s, have to do, it's the same as the one before. Harmony, nurturing, community, caretaking, movement, and pride. But it's an air sign, so as the other one was water, the sword is air. It's about logic, pragmatism, information, communication, knowledge, and it's associated with the mind. So that's what the energies we're working with right now are also a 6. So we had the 6 of Cups, emotions, 6 of Swords, the mind. And the key words can be travel. And travel can be anything in the dream world, in our astral travel. Moving away from harm, a fresh start. This is current energies we're working with. Clarity, purpose, decisive action, and change. We're in a process of change. And so the words say that we've managed to extricate, hard word, extricate ourselves from conflicts and confrontations, and have recognized the need for a new path. Although it's hard to leave old patterns behind, we take our sword in a different direction, and we vow to pursue truth in a way that does less harm to us. And while there's still uncertainty ahead, we know that this is the best, healthiest, smartest move for us right now, to really focus on what is true, pursuit of truth. This strength of purpose, this willingness to start again, which is a whole new world we're moving into, is starting again. That's the power and magic of the Six of Swords. Powerful. Okay, and so the card that we're moving, the world that we're moving to in the future is the 14, Major Arcana 14, which in the deck, it says art, and it's the eagle and the lion drinking out of the goblet together under the male-female figure above. And the word in the book that I use, Finding the Fool by Meg Jones Wall, the word associated with Trump or Major Arcana 14 is temperance. It's related to the sign Sagittarius, which is about philosophy, freedom, education, and wildness. The 5 is about change, freedom, exploration, tension, growth, adventure, balance, and transition. So that's what we're moving into working with, is this transition time between an old world and a new world. I find it challenging. But the key words are awareness, sacred alchemy, magic, unexpected beauty, coincidence, everyday magic, wonder, moderation, harmony, self-expression, transcendence, balancing tension, contradictions, understanding, clarity, luck and optimism, possibility, integration, discovery. As our grief eases, we rejoin the world's rhythms and rhymes, and as a desire for balance and moderation reveals itself, our passionate fire is soothed by intuitive water. Our perceptive air is calmed by steady earth. And we find ourselves weighing our wants and our needs, our extras and our essentials. We discover magic in being deeply, fully present. We feel the kind of offbeat brilliance that emerges when we least expect it. Coincidence? Divinity? Some things cannot be explained and are more powerful for the mystery they contain. Even as our feet are rooted into the earth, even as our body experiences pleasure and peace, we also stretch toward the heavens, reclaiming joy and wonder and curiosity. As we allow the different aspects of ourselves to come together in surprising, inspiring ways, new dreams clarify. New purposes manifest. In the wake of loss, in the freedom we've inherited, the The world brims with possibility. And while there may be a sense of hesitancy in moving forward, there's also joy in the potential that has been revealed. And that is the Temperance card. This is the world we're moving into, which is a world of change, balance, and freedom. Okay, that's it for the tarot card reading for today. I felt like it was a good one. Thank you, Arlen and crew. The last part of this video will be the bringing in of the new energies. So I asked the higher self to assist all the souls, millions of souls that return to the event, to combine with that part of their soul that had remained at the event and bring that combined soul back into their body in present time through the crown chakra. And I would ask those beings who come back with all of their wisdom, power, clarity, compassion, curiosity, kindness, with peace. I ask them to ground themselves into the healing center of the earth, open up the portal for the delivery of the new energies that we're going to bring in right now. And I ask that those new energies be brought in through us now. And that those new energies be activated. And I let the universe and beyond know that this has been done and that it's good. We did it right. It's good. Okay? That's it for now. Hope this serves you well. And may you continue to be Winklill, a human being that is a divine or cosmic vibratory root system for the energies above to come in and from the energies of below to go out. All right. Have a great day. Heal well and see you soon. Namaskar.